we finally have the 53-man roster for the season, and let's go through it quickly. Obviously, quarterback Lamar Jackson, Cooper Rush, nothing really surprising there. Similar with the running backs, they kept 4 last year with Ollie being running back 4. Now he's that again. Patrick Ricard is the fullback / tight end. And again, same goes for wide receiver. Not really surprised that Walker and Wester made it. Walker's had a really good summer. Wester as well. Tight ends was a little surprising only because I was kind of worried whether or not Likely would end up on the short-term IR. But clearly they feel confident enough that he'll be healthy at least for week 1, or if not, he'll be there early enough to where he doesn't need to go on any kind of designation. Now for the offensive line, they went with 9 offensive linemen, 5 starters obviously, and 4 backups being Ben Cleveland, Corey Bullock, Carson Vincent, and Joseph Noteboom. Wasn't sure if they were going to go up to 10 offensive linemen, but clearly they felt 9 was enough and then use that other opening for other positions. Defensive line also isn't that surprising with John Jenkins, Matabike, Peebles, Washington, and Jones. I do believe, though, that they did release Brent Urban, but I'm pretty sure they're going to bring him back early on, so we'll see what happens with that. Now with linebackers, this was a big topic of conversation because whether or not the Ravens would keep 5 inside linebackers, and that is exactly what they did with Roquan, Trent Simpson, Jake Hummel, Teddy Buchanan, and undrafted free agent rookie Jay Higgins, who has had a phenomenal summer. He's been playing amazing in the preseason, and obviously he did more than enough to prove to them that he needs a roster spot, so congrats to him. And then for outside linebacker, you had the rookie Mike Green, Kyle Van Noy, David Ojabo, Robinson, Owe. Isaac is currently injured, so we'll see what happens with that. But Ojabo was a big topic of conversation as well because they weren't sure, at least the media, about whether or not he'd make it because he was kind of on the bubble due to his recent struggles with staying healthy and just when he was healthy, lack of production. But he's had a pretty decent summer overall, and I'm happy that he's made the roster once again, and hopefully he'll have a really good season to prove why he's worth a roster spot on this team still. And then with cornerbacks, they of course went with Wiggins, Awuzie, Alexander, Humphrey, then of course second-year corner TJ Tampa Jr., and Keon Martin, who was another undrafted free agent. Congrats to him. He's also, like Jay Higgins, had a phenomenal summer, and I'm excited to see him on this team this year. And for safeties, we have Kyle Hamilton, of course, Starks, Sanusi Kane, second-year player, and Ruben Lowry, another undrafted free agent. That makes 3 from this class, and I believe 4 because Corey Bullock was undrafted last year. Ravens proving once again that they can find talent, whether it's the first round or people who went undrafted. It's great to see, and I'm excited for all these young guys to make the roster and make big plays for this team this upcoming season to hopefully win a Super Bowl. And then, of course, finally, you have special teams with Jordan Stout as the punter, Tyler Loop, the starting kicker for this year, and Nick Moore, the long snapper. And as you see below them, they have the reserve injured / designated for return and Dessa Isaac, reserve non-football injury with Emory Jones Jr., who, as we all know, has been injured for the last few months. Hopefully, he'll be healthy enough soon to start practicing and kind of get into the swing of things. And you have the reserve physically unable to perform, which is Ardarius Washington. Sadly, as we all know, he had the Achilles tear not too long ago, and most likely will miss pretty much this whole season. So that is your 2025 Baltimore Ravens roster. I'm really hoping this is the year they get over the hump, they fix those mistakes they've been making the last couple of years, and make it to a Super Bowl and hopefully win it. So I'm very excited. We are one step closer to the regular season start against the Buffalo Bills. I cannot wait. Let's go Ravens!